Hello everyone, this is Kim Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and I don't know if you know this or not, but I am actually a huge fan of independent animation, and I am a fan of independent animation for several reasons. First of all, I just love animation. I love the stories that animation can tell. Another reason I love independent animation is because people who do independent animation are usually very passionate about what they're doing, and they want to do the best they can, and they're usually poring over the animation day and night, working really hard, sometimes for years, to get an animated short finished and drawn and scored and voiced sometimes, and then they put it to the internet and usually gets ignored. And what do? Well, a lot of people just get up the next day and they start working on their next project. Very rarely do they actually make money, and yet they do produce some very good animation. And you know what? I am such a fan that sometimes there have been periods in my life where I just got really into it, where I just shared, independent animated shorts that I find on my Facebook page, which I know not everyone has access to, but I still share it. And a lot of my friends actually say, wow, that was really good. Where'd you find that? I was like, well, I just kind of found it on the internet. I don't know exactly how I found it. But regardless how I found it, the point is I do enjoy it. And about a year or so ago, I actually saw a a short that I liked quite a bit called Requiem for Romance, and I'm gonna show a little clip of it here. I mean, not a whole lot. I'm not even gonna share the sound. As you can see, it's got beautiful animation, and I can guarantee you the whole short is definitely worth watching. And I'm going to post a link to it below so that you can watch the whole thing. Needless to say, it's really good, but that's not really what this video is about. What this video is about is that this wonderfully animated short was literally stolen from the artist by a artist called, what's his name? Let me look. Will Sparks and Gloria Kim. But they made a music video, and I'm not going to link to that music video, nor am I even going to show any of it, because what they did was they took this guy's work without permission, edited it, put their music over it to make it look like it was made for the music video, put it online, and even decorated their website with the artwork of, I believe the animator's name is Jonathan Ng. It's NG. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they basically stole his artwork and used it to sell their music. Now, of course, when he found out about it, he was like a little confused, like what are the legal options he could take, and he reached out to the company. The company was frankly not very responsive. They, in fact, were pretty dismissive of the whole thing. They didn't outright tell him to go screw himself, but they said, oh, well, we could offer you some of the royalties that the music video has earned, which it's like, yeah, no, screw you. You took my artwork, you took my video, you took my visuals, and you didn't pay me for it. You didn't ask for permission. And now, whatever money that you made, you're offering me a portion of it? No, I think he didn't say this. This is me adding, of course. I think you should get all of it, of course. Hey, you know what? You should give him all the money you made, take down that artwork, and move on. Keep in mind, they made this offer after they're caught red-handed stealing copyrighted material. And it's a pretty weak gesture of good faith because, of course, even if that amount is satisfying in the long run, they didn't come to terms with how much that would be. They didn't come to terms with how much that artwork and that animation was worth. And of course, there's that little detail that I have to keep bringing up, but they didn't even ask. Cartoon Brew wrote this huge article on the situation and brought light to the topic, which I'm glad they did because, again, I actually saw the short a year ago, and what drew me to the article was like, really? That short looks familiar. And I read the article, and it was pretty damning, as they say. It was pretty damning, and I was definitely not okay with it. Then when I read the record label's response, that's when I knew I had to say something. So anyway, I'm going to put it up on the screen, but they actually wrote to Cartoon Brew, and they wrote, we contacted Jonathan asking multiple times after seeing remarks when the video originally went live and after about licensing and even splitting ad revenue with Jonathan. We are still open to this idea as at this point our YouTube page has resulted in a loss in sales, marketing funds, and the ability to promote artists such as Will Sparks. We've also reached out to Jonathan to publish a redo or republish this version of Take Me on our page with the correct documentation, including his credentials, as well as everyone else who worked on the project. At this point, we have still yet to hear back from him. At this point, we have begun reaching out to other animators as well as Jonathan to hire them to make a new video and give credit where credit is due. As far as your current article goes, I would ask kindly to remove it or repost it on your page, as it makes Will Sparks look bad when he is not involved in the process at all. The burden falls on our team at Spinnin' for letting the ball drop and not contact Jonathan sooner before the video went live. We are currently backing down using Jonathan's art, video, and other medias from our socials and our website, and are currently awaiting a new animator to tackle the process of creating new art. We ask you to be patient with us, and we are waiting for answers on our side as well. And this is where I realized that staying silent on the matter was not the way to go. This record company was so arrogant. So arrogant. We're going to tackle this letter, but oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, we contacted Jonathan asking multiple times after seeing remarks from the video originally went live after about licensing and even splitting ad revenue with Jonathan. We are still open to this idea. Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop for a second. Yeah, okay, you reached out to him, yes. But you should reach out, and the answer should not be, oh, well, let's talk about splitting revenues. The answer is, oh, no, we're sorry that this happened. We clearly stole everything and didn't even bother asking or reaching out before. No, we're going to take it down right now. We are really sorry. No, you contact about ad revenue sharing. Yeah, let's decide what it's worth after we've stolen it and seen what it can do. Let's see here. What else? Oh yeah, we are open to this idea. Well, of course you are. Because at this point, our YouTube page has resulted in a loss of sales, marketing funds, and the ability to promote such artists as Will Sparks. Well, I have no idea how that's the animator's problem. It really isn't, guys. You stole the animation, so, bite me. Let's see here. We have also reached out to Jonathan to publish or redo this version of Take Me on our page with the correct documentation, including credentials, as well as everyone. Yeah, and we have yet to hear back. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Again, you stole his artwork. You didn't ask. And now that you've got caught, well, now we'd like to provide the proper documentation. No, I think he wants you to, give him a huge chunk of money for damages and take the stuff down altogether. That's, I think, what he really wants to do. There's no saving face on this one. Oh yeah, and at one point, that whole reaching out to him and other animators to hire to make a new video, give credit where credit's due. Yeah, you didn't do that the first time. Why would you do it the second time? Why would they trust you to do it the second time? Oh, and then, of course, as for your current articles, I would kindly ask you to remove it or repost it on your page, as it makes Will Sparks look bad when he's not involved in the process at all. Okay, first of all, I don't believe he's not involved at all. I believe he's involved somewhat. He has to be. He's looked at this music video, and, when the artists make a music video, sometimes they're actually in direct, because, hey, you need to know what it is you're doing, but even if it does make him look bad, I'm sorry, that's really on you guys. That's not on the animator. And this article is a legitimate story. And Cartoon Brew is probably the only place that was going to cover it in the first place. So, no, he should not take down the article. Not at all. And they also had this burden falls on our team at Spinnin' for letting the ball drop and not contact Jonathan sooner before the video went live. No, again, wrong answer. The correct answer is that we should have contacted Jonathan before we did anything with the music video to ensure that we had permission to do anything with his artwork and his visuals, which he created, and he didn't give you permission to use. We are currently backing down using Jonathan's art, and and ask for patience. Yeah, well, you know what? As you can see, that has clearly not happened. The artwork is still up there. It's still live, and of course, Jonathan is considering pursuing legal action, looking at his next steps. And you know what? I hope he wins. I hope he wins. And again, I will not link to this music video. I do not want to give it any little credits. But you know what? The original short, is, Requiem for Romance, is a wonderful short. It's like less than 8 minutes of your time. You can check out the link below. And of course, now I pass the question to you. Does this seem right? I think this is terrible. And unfortunately, the reality is this happens because most of the time they think they can get away with it. And in fact, Robert Crumb, who would eventually become a pretty big deal, found his artwork stolen for an album cover, and at the time did not have the funds to really fight it, according to him, of course. And I'm hoping Jonathan is able to actually get compensated for this. And as for my opinion on the animation of the music video, I have watched the music video, and you know, of course, I'm not gonna lie, it looked good. I could see why they wanted to use the visuals, but they didn't ask for permission, which is the key thing. And then they tried to make the artist the bad guy, and they're still trying to make the artist the bad guy, and that is just scummy. That is just scummy. For someone who poured his heart and soul into this short, did it for free, probably has never made a dime off of it, not really, when you factor in the time and the expense and the materials used, to have it stolen and then to be blamed like, oh, he's the problem because after he found out it was stolen, he wouldn't work with you guys so you could keep your stolen stuff. No, he wants his stuff back. He wants his stuff back, and he wants you to pay for the door that you broke down. It's that simple. And I hope he sues these jerks. I hope he wins. I don't know. Will Sparks has been very silent on the matter, of course. If you're watching this, my recommendation is to denounce what happened right away, apologize, give Jonathan something, and say, I will make sure it will never happen again. Just do it. I mean, you know, you want to distance yourself from this lawsuit as much as possible because you will lose, and you don't want your name being tarnished over this. So anyway, that's where we're going to end it. What do you folks think about this? Do you side with the animator, the record label? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, consider becoming a Patreon member for as little as $1 a month. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.